WRSR, Owasso, Flint. The following program has been pre-recorded and is paid for by Discover Flint Township. The views expressed are those of Discover Flint Township and do not necessarily reflect the views of 103.9 The Fox or Krill Communications, Inc. Welcome to Discover Flint Township, a program showcasing our local community. Flint Township is ready for your next move. And now, your host, Flint Township Economic Enhancement Director, Tracy Tucker.
I'm Tracy Tucker, and this is Discover Flint Township, brought to you by Flint Township Economic Development Authorities, HAP, Financial Plus Credit Union, and Shea Automotive Group, along with 103.9 The Fox. This morning, we're speaking with Stacy and McKenzie from Shea Automotive Group, and they have a special guest with them today. Hey, Stacy and McKenzie, how's it going?
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, how are you?
I feel like I'm miles away from you. I feel like I'm yelling at you.
Just a little bit.
So you have a special guest today.
Yes.
So I'm going to kind of step back and let you guys interview and introduce your new guest. Have
Perfect.
a great time.
Awesome. Thank you, Tracy. Yes, so today we have the owner and founder of Snuggle Sacks, Stacy Daul. Stacy, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, Stacy, it's so nice to see you again. I know it's been a while, so I'm so happy to have you here.
Yes, thanks.
Now, tell us a little bit about Snuggle Sacks. What's going on? What's new with you guys right now?
Sure, yeah. So Snuggle Sacks is actually a nonprofit founded by my children. They call me their momager. But it's about 6 years. Next month will be our 6-year anniversary of Snuggle Sacks. And it's a nonprofit for the homeless and those in need. So just a quick recap of it. My kids actually met my dad about 6 years ago, and we had found out I'd been estranged from him for about 15 years, and we found out he had been homeless for 6 years. Wow. So really just, with kids, obviously they're very formidable at that age and whatnot, so they really just took it to heart, and just hearing some stories, and my kids actually grew up right here in Flint Township as well, so homelessness was something we saw, but I regret to say now in retrospect, we were just that busy family and would drive by it. And then, of course, once it hits you personally, it kind of changes your outlook on it. So the kids kept coming to me and their dad and saying, we want to help the homeless. We want to do something. We just finally said, you guys figure it out. You do your research and see what you want to do, and we'll make it happen somehow.
And how old were your kids at that time?
At that time, gosh, they were 8, 10, and 12.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Right. Okay, resourceful.
Right, yeah. So that's what they did. They came to us with the, they'd found these blessing bag idea on Pinterest or something. And so we kind of wrote down 20 items that would be helpful to the homeless that we could start collecting. Aww. And threw it out on social media, the power of social media. And before we knew it, we had enough stuff delivered to us or on our porch for about 30 bags. So we just kind of made them and got some donations around and delivered our first 30 to the North End Soup Kitchen here in Flint. But before we knew it, every day we'd get home, there was a little bit more on the porch and a little bit more. So we would say run to the store and buy applesauce just to make a complete sack. And it just kept growing and growing. And my kids are very blessed. I've been in marketing my whole career. So they were blessed to, have a lot of friends and what they call aunts and uncles in the industry that got them on the radio or on TV. And then before we knew it, somebody had called into the radio and paid for them to become a nonprofit. They covered our legal costs to do that.
Wow.
So, I hate to say it, but kind of the rest is history. It just grew and grew and grew. They now partner with about 37 shelters in the state of Michigan, including soup kitchens and churches. They do about 1,200 sacks a month, and each sack now has evolved to include 40 items for the homeless. So everything from toiletries to food and snacks, a blanket, socks,
and you
water.
You have different snacks for males and females, correct?
We do. The sacks are color coded, so we do put like gender specific socks and gloves and whatnot in each sack. So we do that. The women's sacks include hygiene items, feminine products, and then we also have them for kids. And in those, we try to put a toy of some sort in each one. And we put a word of hope card in there, and it's aimed also at the kids and adults, but just kind of some inspiring messages, and then of course a resource card for where they can find other resources they may need.
That's so awesome. And now your youngest is the one who named the organization, correct?
She is. She's considered the founder, actually. When all this started, the older two were in travel sports, so Addison kind of took it under her wing and went with it. And the premise of Snuggle Sacks, it's funny, it's such an innocent name now. She was only 8 when she started this, but it's really stuck, so it just stays that way. But when she was little, we always would tell her before bed it was snuggle time. So she came to us and she said, "Mom, everybody deserves loves and snuggles." Aww. So she wanted to give them a snuggle sack instead of a blessing bag. So
I like it. I like it. Okay, so tell us a little bit about what's new. What's new going on?
What's new? Creation? Snuggle Sacks in 2021 has moved. So we were very blessed the last couple years. We had a space in Fenton. We rented the other half of the animal health clinic building, and that's where
right, McKenzie?
Yeah. Okay. You guys visited us there a few times. But the vet that loaned us that is setting up for retirement. So it was time for us to move on, and we actually just got a building in downtown Linden a few months ago now. It's gone by quick. But they've got, and it's about double the size, so they've got a lot more options. But what's really unique about it is it's actually a retail space as well. So, they've been able to start a new venture, actually, because donations in 2021 were down about 80%. Sure. So, in all honesty, about November of 2020, we were really considering having to shut down and whatnot. And we just, it's so crazy. As the last 6 years, whenever we get to a point of either running out of something we need or funds are down or whatever it might be, God just steps in some crazy way, and we're able to keep going. And that's exactly what happened in 2021. So
amazing. Now, so I remember when I was at your old place in Fenton, and you had, all of these things stacked up and, ready to build the sacks, if you will. So is there anything specific you're looking for right now? Is there anything that you find, through the pandemic that you've really run short that you need? And can people still, not to ask you too many questions once, but can people still go to that location in Linden and drop off 100 deodorants if they want? Or how does it work? Give us the rules and regulations at this point.
Right. Well, you can find a lot of information on our website as far as drop-off locations. We have about 30 in Genesee County, 30 businesses that are always drop-off locations, and a list of all the items. snugglesacks.org.
Okay.
And on there, again, you can find a complete list of every item that goes in the sack, but something we're always running low on are the snacks. Obviously, there's a shelf life to them. But anything from applesauce to granola bars and raisins and the ramen noodle cups, those are huge because then they can use the cups for coffee after they make the noodles. So those are huge, but there's a full list of the snacks, but we always need those. Absolutely always. But again, toiletries, we have a lot of people who travel for work and they're just constantly bringing them by. And
All right. Well, I did hear, the reason I asked the question is I did hear about a few hotels that are changing their logos. And I had seen an article on the website that said, does anybody know, what we can do? So maybe that, I don't remember if it was a Marriott or what it was, but their logos were changing. And so they don't want stuff anymore. So
I hadn't heard that. That's very cool.
And find out and see if we can't get you their supply, right?
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of different states, with the pandemic, a lot of people are now having increase of homeless individuals and things along those lines. So I'm sure, it might be just statewide here to Michigan, but we could kind of check into that and see if we can't help in that way.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Okay, so no one specific item.
No, not at all.
Snacks.
Okay. Yeah, we can usually find a use for anything, really, but anything helps.
That's awesome. Okay, now you have a golf outing coming up.
We do.
Tell us a little bit about that, when it is, how people can sign up for it.
Sure. So the golf outing is our biggest fundraiser of the year. We were very blessed to be able to squeeze it in last year. That was the only one we could have. So this year we're hoping, we obviously had to cut our numbers back last year, but we were still able to have it. This year we're hoping to go full bore again with it. It is September 25th and at Fenton Farms Golf Club there in Fenton. We are looking for golfers, sponsors, you name it, but it's just a super duper fun event because it's planned by the kids. They do everything with the golf course, so every hole has a game.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's just a super duper good time. So
that's amazing. Well, we'll be there.
Awesome. Yes, you
We're
will.
the sponsor. We're excited. I'll be there. So anything that you need, let me know too. I would love to. I love
awesome.
going to those
Thank
things.
you. Yeah, you guys are a second-year sponsor, so
Yes.
we really appreciate that.
Hey, we appreciate you guys. And I think one of the things that you guys have been talking about throughout this whole podcast that kind of rang true in my head is that our community is just so great and they just come together when somebody needs something. I think it's been proven in your case multiple times.
Yes.
I just kind of wanted to circle back on that because I thought that, I mean, we love our community. We try to get involved as much as we can. And I think that they just help us in any way that we can.
Absolutely. The kids have been very blessed. They are part of every chamber of commerce in the area. And with that, they, it never fails to amaze us. They could run out of, say, gloves and post it on their social media. And within 2 days, you have 3 businesses reaching out saying, we're going to do a glove drive for you. Or
See, that's amazing.
And even past that, the volunteers we get, because we can't do this on our own anymore at the level it is. So we have volunteers into our warehouse about twice a week. To assemble the sacks with us. So, I mean, companies come in, sports teams, youth groups, you name it. And it's just, it never fails. They step up.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mackenzie, that reminds me, you know who we should get? We should ask Flint United to come in and stuff some sacks. They're always looking for something to do, the new pro basketball team, semi-pro basketball team here. And
That'd
they're always
fun.
looking for ways to get involved in the community. And I bet you... I probably couldn't do it, but if we have Mackenzie call them, she'll be able to get them all to come in. She can schmooze them into coming in and stuffing some sacks. That'll be great. That'll be great.
Awesome. Okay, now I know we kind of mentioned it a little bit about your new store in Linden, but tell us the name of it, where it's at, where it's located, how people can get access to it.
Yeah. So, as I said, when we got our new building, the front space was already set up retail. So, the kids are at the age where they need jobs that pay. The Snuggle Sacks is a full-time job for them. Absolutely. So this was just a unique situation where they could open a store. So they, in the same building as Snuggle Sacks, the first 800 square feet at the road is called Giving Grace Boutique. And it's I compare it kind of to a Hallmark store. They've got everything you could imagine gift-wise, apparel, home goods. They've got some food in there, just a lot of unique local type stuff. They have spiritware, you name it, but everything can be gift wrapped. They have greeting cards, everything. And 100% of the proceeds of that store go to run the nonprofit. So it's just a way for them to finally be on some payroll where they can, have a job as a kid. And then everything else keeps Snuggle Sacks running. And in the 3 months we've been doing this, they've been able to reorder stuff that we were dangerously out of, the sacks themselves. And, a lot of those snacks that we need all the time, they've been able to restock everything and really get Snuggle Sacks back up and running again.
That's amazing. I think I actually got something from you guys. Amanda actually got it for me. A little keychain and little wallet.
Oh, yeah.
That was from you, right?
Yeah.
So cute.
Yep.
So you guys have so many cute things.
Lots of
People
cool
should definitely go in and shop.
It's kind of dangerous for me because the kids order everything on their own, and then every time I go to visit them, I'm like, oh God, I want everything.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, and so just to talk about the golf outing really quickly, just the date is September 25th.
It is, yeah.
And where can people sign up for that?
Right on the website, snugglesacks.org, under the event page. Everything's on there to become a sponsor, to register for golf or anything.
Okay, so let's go through a few things so
Sure.
we know that we have them. Give our website, the address of your new store in Linden,
Yes.
the name again, and repeat the golf outing information just so everyone out there listening has it.
Absolutely,
Okay, great.
yes. So Snuggle Sacks, our website is snugglesacks.org. The new store and the new Snuggle Sack warehouse is located at 106 South Bridge Street in Linden. And again, the golf outing is September 25th. It's a scramble, 9 a.m. shotgun start, right at Fenton Farms in Fenton.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Stacy. It's been so much fun hanging out with you, and thank you for coming to Shea.
Thank you guys so much for always having us. We really appreciate your support.
Of course.
Thank you.
That was wonderful. Hey, Stacy, McKenzie. And thank you, Stacy, for coming. Didn't want to confuse you there, but anything else you want to talk about?
Yes, I'm so glad that you mentioned it. So I think that we all know that buying a car right now is a little bit frustrating, but at Shea Automotive, we actually want to make it easy for you. So right now you can actually come into Shea and we can custom order any Chevy, Buick, or GMC vehicle that you want. So I think the great thing about this is that you can build your own dream vehicle and drive off in it in just a few weeks.
Yep. So we do have GM extending the leases right now on any current vehicles if we don't have the inventory to meet your needs. So the game plan is come in. We'll take a look at your lease turn-in, get you prepared for turning in that vehicle, and get a date set that you can pick up your new vehicle. That's how we're managing the inventory currently.
Awesome. Yeah, because there's been a little bit of a crunch, right?
We're looking
Just
forward,
a little.
We're looking forward to the coming months,
again.
but we'll get there. We'll eventually get there with a full lot of inventory.
Awesome. All right. We'll see you guys next month. Thanks
See
for
you.
coming in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Tracy.
Get us at discoverflinttownship@gmail.com, or you can visit us on Facebook at Flint Township Events, and that's FLINTTWPEVENTS, and you can find out about all the events going on in our area. You can also get us on our YouTube channel or our Anchor channel. Both are Discover Flint Township. You can visit our webpage, discoverflinttownship.com. or flinttownship.org. And I want to thank our partners, HAP, Shea Automotive Group, Financial Plus Credit Union, Guaranteed Rate, and 103.9 The Fox. And discover Flint Township with us here next week at 7:30 on Sunday, right here on The Fox, 103.9. This is Tracy Tucker, the Flint Township Economic Enhancement Director, and I would like to remind everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, shop local, buy local, and discover Flint Township. We'll catch you later.
This has been Discover Flint Township with Tracy Tucker. For more information, visit discoverflinttownship.com. Flint Township is ready for your next move. The preceding program was pre-recorded and was paid for by Discover Flint Township. The views expressed are those of Discover Flint Township and do not necessarily reflect the views of 103.9 The Fox or Krill Communications, Inc.